Hi, my name is Greg Caplan, and I am from Highland Park, Illinois, a suburb right outside Chicago, and I am currently a sophomore in the Ross School of Business, and I am minoring in programming the environment. I have a history in entrepreneurship. When I was 16, with my best friend, I opened up a retail t-shirt store in a regional mall that was in the area. And after a few months of operations, we opened up a second store and eventually expanded to a wholesale line as well as online store. Um, that was during high school, and now in college, I've had some ideas for new entrepreneurial ventures. One of which I had with one of my good friends, Lauren. And our idea is that we're going to do into the future to turn Ben and Jerry's ice cream into candy bars. Now, this all came about because we found out that almost a quarter of our country is lactose intolerant, and they still would like to enjoy Ben and Jerry's delicious ice cream. Although they'd like to enjoy it, they largely can't enjoy it because they can't eat it because they're allergic to it. So, what we decided to do was create a non-dairy candy bar from the Ben and Jerry's flavors, such as fish food and cherry Garcia, with creative twists on the actual flavor to make a candy bar that tastes like it. There are different things we can do in order to do this. We could put different nougats in there with the same fruit, the same different chocolates, the same ingredients. But instead of having the the ice cream base, we would have like a nougat base or like a caramel base, and we could have different wafers in there to and different things to make the same consistency. Add some vanilla to have similar flavors, and it could taste very similar to it. And they could even freeze it and eat it similar to ice cream, but they would just not be ice cream, so they'd be able to eat them. Now, the great news is that Ben& Jerry's already has a brand name. So what we would like to do is talk with Ben& Jerry's and find out a way that we could license the brand name so that we can create these candy bars with their different flavors, and hopefully it would have mass market uptake really quickly. However, although it would already have brand awareness because of the Ben& Jerry's name, it doesn't mean we wouldn't do extensive marketing with the product. But our distribution, we'd like to start in a small area first and get mass distribution in that area so that we could figure out all the logistics of the product, figure out production, figure out what people like, what they don't like, do some testing, and then once we're ready, we think we'd be able to roll it out nationally fairly easily because of Ben& Jerry's current distribution and their current brand awareness, that we would be able to leverage that to different retailers and get it sold in supermarkets across the country, in convenience stores, in Walgreens, Walmart, like everywhere that candy is currently sold. Even at movie theaters, things like that, we could do small pieces into the future, different variations on the product. We think that I think that it'd be very successful if we were to do that, especially because of the Ben& Jerry's brand and the closeness of their ice cream flavors to different candy bar flavors. However, there are some risks. It would take a lot of startup capital, so we'd have to do a lot of work in figuring out the financials of it and figuring out more logistics of it before we could go out. We'd have to raise money, and we'd have to do a lot of work with Ben& Jerry's on creating the product, and with flavor testers and flavor creators on creating the candy bar. Although it would be difficult, we think we could do it. I'm really excited about this new product, and I hope that Ben& Jerry's would be open to this idea, and I think it'd be really successful. And one day, you too will be able to eat Cherry Garcia in a candy bar form.